Fantastic to see you all. I'm absolutely thrilled to say that I've got a fantastic interview for you today. Now, the first thing I've really got to do is thank everybody involved. Big thanks to Karen Jackson. Big thanks to Sheridan Lawton for helping make it happen. Today, I'm going to play the interview that I had with the Art Creatives. Art Creatives are a bunch of young, award-winning filmmakers. Rather than me talk, let's hear it from them and get straight into the interview. Okay, thank you, Art Creators, for coming on Northern Vibe and talking to us.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Aaron, and hello, Lisa. All right. Well, you two are both creative people who have a fair degree of success. Now, in the background, we can see all the magnificent awards that the Art Creative Ensemble has won. Coming on Northern Vibe and talking to. Can you tell us about the last movie you guys were in?
The Do's and Don'ts of Getting Married.
And what part did you play in it, Lisa?
Bride.
Okay. And Aaron, can you tell me what part you played?
I got to play Billy, a friend to the bride, Emma, and I got to shoot the behind-the-scenes documentary.
Yes. Okay. So, again, all of that's a fair bit. Now, I understand that you guys, like, the writing of that was the entire creatives. Everyone was involved in that.
Yeah, I wasn't in it, but the rest of them did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we ran a writer's room. Well, Lisa was involved. She was involved in the original film, The Do's and Don'ts of Dating. A lot of it came from this wonderful imagination. And then Lisa wasn't involved in the initial writer's room for The Do's and Don'ts of Getting Married, but you know, as
I was in and out.
she was, yeah,
I was.
but she certainly contributed a huge amount of ideas because, as most people know, you know, you've got out of the writer's room comes the first draft, and then there's many drafts as the project evolves. And Lisa was absolutely contributing to all those drafts, and particularly once you got cast as the bride, then you know from the character of Emma, she contributed a lot. So did you want to talk about that? Can you remember any ideas that you contributed? I'm trying to think too. We'll come back to that. We might swing back to that one, Matt.
Well, I know there is a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and I think this is a question both Lisa and Aaron will be able to answer because I know Aaron did he talked about filming behind the scenes. Can you tell me how you guys prepare and what you guys do behind the scenes of movie making? Because
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the steps of our process?
Yes, write the script, have ideas, do rehearsals, and then we find locations for the movie.
Yeah, and we do casting, months of rehearsals, and then the set design.
Yes.
Designing all the sets. Yeah. So the ensemble collaborated on every single aspect of every creative decision made along the whole way. Yeah, which was phenomenal.
It must have been hard work and taken a long time. Can you tell me how long it took?
How long do you think it was from the writer's room to entering our first film festival? Because of course then, Aaron, once we shoot the film, what's the steps after we shoot the film?
Then it goes to film fest, then it gets edited, and then it goes to film festivals.
Yeah, then we have to put together a submission to all the film festivals and select which film festivals we're going to submit it to. So yeah, there's so much more of a process, even just getting to the shoot. But I would say we wrote it during COVID.
Yeah.
We did the writers' room. So that's what we're talking 2020. So probably a year and a half. Shot in 2021. Do you remember what month it was? August. We picked a winter month, hoping that it would be not too hot, and then we happened to be on the hottest day in winter, and we're all sweating. But anyway, and then it probably took out a couple of more months to edit, and we're still submitting it to film festivals. So, so yeah, it's probably a year and a half from writing it to shooting it and editing it.
Well, when we
2 years nearly, I'd say.
did the filming, it was 3 days we did. Shot it in.
Wow,
Yeah.
Yeah, we shot it in 3 days.
that's amazing. That seriously is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
Now, a question as actors, I've actually met a few actors and all of them say remembering lines is difficult. How do you guys do that? Like, it's something that I've been a bit interested in, to be honest, is the acting. And I tried it once and I couldn't remember the lines. So do you have a trick that you use?
You just read the script and try to memorize the lines, and then you go off book.
Which means having
Without
it
the
in,
script.
yeah. Is that how you do it,
Yeah.
Aaron? What about you, Lise? How do you do it? Do you get someone to help you?
Yeah.
Who did you get to help you?
I think everyone did.
Everyone. Yeah. It's a very much a community driven collaboration. I mean, behind the scenes, the support from ARC Disability Services was huge.
Yeah.
And we did months of rehearsals, didn't we? So what we would do is read each line and make sure, working with each cast member, they understood the emotional intention of the dialogue. So is this meant to be funny? Are you meant to be angry? Are you feeling sad? You know, what's the feeling you're feeling? And I think that helped a lot, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so can you each tell me about the character that you played?
Do you want to start with Emma?
I played Emma.
And tell me a bit about Emma, Lisa. Like, what sort of person is she?
Is she bossy? Is she a bit of a softie? Is she in love?
Yes.
Yes, she's definitely in love because she's getting married. What about her ideas for the wedding? What were some of the things that she wanted for the wedding?
She wanted sausage rolls and
What colour did she want?
pink.
She wanted it pink. Yep. And was she quite stubborn in her ideas?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So she's very lovable, but a little bit stubborn, I would say. Do you think?
Yeah.
And what about you, Aaron? Can you tell me about your character?
I got to play Billy, a friend to the bride Emma, and I got to be the MC at the wedding reception.
Right.
Billy's character, like a good friend?
Yes.
Yes. Was he a good MC?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm tempted to go off and ask you some more other questions about what you do outside, but I understand that you're writing now, Aaron. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, I've written a play called True Friends here at ARC Disabilities. Liana, a former support worker during story writing programs, she inspired me with her acting skills.
Right.
Yes, and she acted out Sheena going, "Pooh," waking up in the morning, and then she acted out Lucy singing her sentences, and then I written the play using script writing software called Write a Duet, and then I got to give it to Avril, and then we had a play reading here at the Arc Community Hub with the actors, and then we had a presentation here at the Community Hub, and next we took it to Bulim Bajar Art Centre for a Creative Development.
Well, that is kind of exciting.
Yeah, and then we had the FNQ Amateur Theatre Association One Acts Play Festival at Bulim Bajar Art Centre. My play was in that as well.
I say.
That was last year.
Yeah,
You want
last
to
year.
fill in, Matt, what's happened since?
This year, we have applied for 2 grants from the Cairns Regional Council and the Cassowary Coast Regional Council. We're going to take it to Innisfail, possibly to the Con Theatre.
So were you successful with those grants?
Yes.
And this is in association with Tropical Arts. So Avril that Aaron is talking about is from Tropical Arts. So they're supporting the project
Okay.
with their team of actors. It's, yeah.
Because they do Shakespeare.
Yeah, they do a lot of inclusive work in the community. Amazing.
And up does some of the Shakespeare with them.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is Aaron's second interview today. He's just been interviewed by a radio station this morning.
Wow. Mate, famous. And when I saw,
Yeah.
I went to the Understory Film Festival and I saw the movie, and you guys were good enough to give me autographed copies. Thank you so much. So Lisa, there's your autograph there, and Aaron's is there.
Yes.
But there was a cute question and answer. So you all sat at the front and fielded questions. That must have been pretty nervous. Like, you must have been nervous doing that, but it also must have been exciting considering that everybody there was like, I think it's a great film. I really do. Can you tell me how that felt?
Doing the Q&A.
Doing the questions and answers.
I was shaking on the stage. But I did it, and then it was just cool to see everyone, our friends and family coming to see the film.
Wow.
Yeah, they did amazing. Hey,
Oh.
What about you, Aaron? How did you feel doing the Q&A?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, but basically it's a big delay between singing Cairns and all that. You know, submit to film festivals, you can't show it until a later day. Yes.
Our family and friends were very patient because, like Aaron was saying, to be eligible for film festivals, certain film festivals, particularly Australian and Queensland film festivals, it can't be shown publicly anywhere else beforehand. So we probably over a year before from it being completed till we could show it in Cairns. And you know, that was part of the Understory Film Festival. So that was incredible support from Understory too. Just want to jump in and say thank you to them for dedicating a night to our films, because before this film came another one called The Do's and Don'ts of Dating. And that one at Understory, do you want to talk about that?
We won the
Audience choice.
Yeah, we won that.
Yeah, and we were all there to get that award.
Yes.
And then
I rewrote a speech just in case. I
yeah,
had it out ready just in case when they read it out, we all went up to the
Yeah.
stage.
and that film we made on a budget of $20. I shot it, and I'm not a filmmaker. I'm, more familiar in the writing, directing space and producing, but Aaron did a lot of the work on sound effects. What else did you do on the do's and don'ts? Lisa played the lead role and was in the writer's
I
room.
don't think Aaron was in
No, but he helped behind the scenes.
Yeah, with Glenn using Adobe Premiere Pro and sound effects.
Yeah, and then filmmaker Glenn Saggers came here one day on another project and saw what we were doing and said, "Would you like my help?" And that was kind of right at the end, and he came in and helped us, didn't he?
Yes.
But Aaron was helping me in the editing suite. You did all the sound effects.
Yeah.
The music was created by, original music created here by creatives at ARC. So it was an incredible collaboration, and that got shown at a few festivals around Australia too. So we thought, all right, let's do it again.
Yeah.
So we came back for the do's and don'ts of getting married, and I said, how about this time we get a professional filmmaker? And we reached back out to Glenn, and he was rapt to come back on board. So we were very fortunate. And he says he's still on board for the next one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the next one. So that's good news.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you want to work with a team who wins as many prizes as you guys do? If I can make your.
Did you want to talk about our awards? So Lisa I'm sure would love to share about our awards and nominations.
Well, we got runners up in Gold Coast.
Gold Coast Film Festival, and we were all there.
Yes, and then the
Art
lady.
very kindly, enabled us to go down and be at the festival.
And then the lady said sarcastically, "Is anyone here from our group?"
Because
And
we're
we all
right
ran
at the front.
and we all ran up to the stage.
Yeah, that was heaps of fun. And what have we called the trophy?
Goldie.
Yeah, we've named her Goldie.
She's
We
a
should have
gold.
shown you actually. Sorry, we
It's
forgot to
gold.
have it here. She's a beautiful gold statue. So
Yeah.
we brought Goldie home on the aeroplane.
Yes. And that's at reception at Arc.
Yeah. And then what else have we won?
Ourselves.
Far South Film Festival. We won 3 awards.
Yeah.
Which ones? Which awards? Do you remember, or do you want Aaron? I know Aaron will remember. What did we win at Far South? Best film.
Best film.
Yeah. The diversity award.
Diversity,
Audience choice. So that was incredible, and I was fortunate to be there. So that's Far South Film Festival. I think is the only film festival in Australia that's just for regional filmmakers. And then we got quite a few nominations.
Yeah.
Have I missed any awards?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. There's been, and
There's so many.
I don't mean to brag.
There's so many. I just can't keep track of them all. I mean, what's a creative ensemble to do?
Yeah. But yeah, two Academy Award qualifying film festival selections in there, so that's pretty amazing. St Kilda Film Festival and Short Shorts in Asia. And then a couple of nominations for Best Film. Sonia got nominated for Best Actor. I got a Best Director nom. And as you can see, a lot of selections. So I think all in all, we've been selected for, I think 5 international and, oh gosh, I think about 12 national so far.
Again, no small achievement, if I may make the observation. I mean, getting involved in this creative work, it's fun, but it's tough. Like, you know.
Yeah.
What are the tough bits about it? Are you happy to talk about anything like that?
Aaron, what was the tough bits about filming or being part of the?
Yes, you have to do lots and lots of rehearsals and takes to get it right. From multiple camera angles.
Yeah, long days on shoot.
Yeah.
What about you, Lise? Marrying Max?
Yeah.
No, you guys worked awesomely together, didn't you?
Yeah.
They really supported each other so beautifully, and there's the behind the scenes doco that Aaron made. You were at our film premiere, weren't you, Matt? You got to see the behind the scenes documentary. I think it really showed just how much they all had each other's backs, you know. I know I can talk for Hayden, who played Max, the groom. He really struggled with the superhero costume.
Yeah.
It was very hot. He was very hot underneath it, so we had to keep taking breaks for him to, you know, regulate his body temperature. So that was pretty tricky because we would, you know, wanted to prioritise everyone's well-being, and when you've got a set of extras and you know your lead character is you know having a difficult time, we had to just, you know, really support that. So I'm just trying to think.
But I didn't even see that part. I didn't remember seeing that part at all.
Okay. I think we had a lot of fun. I mean, there were definitely challenges, but I'd say the fun outweighed.
That was my next question. I was going to ask what were the fun bits, and then I was going to get Aaron, if he was so inclined, to comment the background on the behind the scenes filming.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about the fun bits and then roll into that.
Yes.
Fun bits.
Yeah. I enjoyed the Queenslander house and of course the combi van.
Oh yeah, you love the combi van, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Natalie was the driver.
Yeah,
Combi
she
van.
very kindly, in kind, shared her beautiful van Gypsy with us for the day.
Yeah, it's a Volkswagen.
What else? Lise, what did you enjoy? What about that scene when you were out at sea?
I was actually sit in the big room at the hall, and then they all had buckets and fans and
Leaf blowers.
Leaf blowers.
and everything, and then me and Hayden had to sit there with them with the water going everywhere.
Flicking water at them. It was a green screen, and we were behind the camera pretending to be the wind and the ocean, and that was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Having your family there and friends
Yeah.
on set.
Well, my family wasn't, but
Yeah, some of the actors' families were extras, and a lot of the art participants and art staff, and that was really fun to bring them into the wedding reception scene and have them at the party afterwards.
Yeah, we got to go to the Hilton Chapel.
Oh yeah, we had it all to ourselves. That was pretty special.
Yeah, and
That's pretty flash.
Yeah, and we got to go to Billy's Cafe for the reception.
Oh, Billy's. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we shot the reception.
Yeah.
Big
That's
shout
the-
out to Billy's Cafe. They were amazing. They literally just closed the door at the end of the day of their cafe, and we opened it and turned it into
A
a
reception.
reception centre. And do you want to talk about all the art on the walls? Whose art is that? It's all the art.
clients
Yeah. So it's all,
from the studio.
yeah, Art runs an art studio, so it's all artwork from Art's clients on the walls behind us. So Kevin Mayo from Crate 59 helped hang it a few days before, and then we turned a cafe into a reception centre, and then turned it back into a cafe ready for the next morning. And this guy we were calling One Take Aaron as the MC, because each time we said action, he did it in one take.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
You know, one's inherent modesty prevents one from from bragging, but one take. That's kind of cool.
But I must say that, you know, I worked on a lot of film sets, and working with these guys was easily and equally as easy and professional as any film set I've ever been on. Like, you know, it's 3 p.m. when you've been at it in the heat
Yeah.
for many hours, and it
Yeah.
takes a certain resilience and strength to and give energy. You can't just read a line, you know, you've got to really give the energy to the character. These guys were phenomenal.
Just nailed it. And the thing that I like is, again, the top to bottom. So even the art on the walls is part of our creatives.
Yeah.
Literally from beginning to end, every art is people showcasing their talents and abilities.
Yeah. Some of the music, some of the original music in the soundtrack is created by art creatives as part of a music program. Yeah, it's a collaboration on all levels.
And I have to say, Billy's has the second best coffee in cans.
Second best. Oh.
Yeah. I know who the best is. It's the coffee club that I go to.
Are you talking about Arcs Cafe?
Arc Cafe used to be when I was driving around quite a little bit in I used to dropped in a couple of times on duty, and I ended up being filmed and dancing there actually.
Oh, there you go. Was that you, Aaron? Aaron's made a commercial about Art Cafe Connect.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me. I was dancing with I would have danced with you, Aaron. I would have, but there was someone. Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. I danced with someone else on that day, bro. I'll just leave it at that. But no, I do love the coffee there as well. So if I'm going to come out straight out and plug our cafe. So it's on McNamara Street. If you're driving, if you want a good coffee, it's a place to get a good one.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks for the plug.
So besides the creativity, what else do you guys do down there? I mean, there's so much happening down at ARC. You know, you've got the coffee, you've got this creative ensemble that's winning awards. I mean, it's a little hothouse of coolness down there.
We're doing a puppet show called Beyond the Waves.
Right.
Yeah.
I say.
Yeah, sure. So we basically written the puppet show, and Hayley Gillespie,
Hayley
Gillespie showed us how to make puppets, and then we got to do it. Then we got to have rehearsals to get ready for the Cairns Children's Festival at the Tanks Art Centre, Tank 5.
Yeah. And we did how many shows?
3 shows.
3 sellout shows as part of the Cairns Festival. So that was a collaboration with
Dead Puppet Society and Cairns Regional Council.
Yeah. So the same ensemble group, some of the same members wrote that, and then we're all part of that. So the rest of the ensemble right now is over at another location rehearsing that show, ready for our regional tour. And we're back in the writers' room.
Yeah,
Do you want to talk about that?
for the honeymoon.
For the do's and don'ts of a honeymoon?
Oh,
Yeah.
I say. That'll be I'm looking forward to that one. Get your autograph pens ready.
Yeah.
I'll be down, you'll be autographing one. You'll be autographing another poster for me for that one.
Yeah, well, we're hoping to turn it into a little web series or TV series. So that's the plan, because there's a lot of interest. It's been, you know, a big, strong audience reaction, and a lot of love, isn't it?
Yeah.
To it. Oh, do you want to tell Matt about?
I was when I went with one of my workers, I was at Elville, and someone recognised me at Donut King.
So she's legitimately a movie star now.
Did you? I mean, hey, I got your autograph. So look, that's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah.
You know, you've contributed, and people are recognizing the talent. And
Yeah.
You guys are
Yeah.
making cool things that people want to watch.
Yeah.
People are recognizing the
But it's
talent.
As far as your question of what
Yeah.
else happens
You
here
guys
at
have
ARC, well, there's how many locations?
cool
do you have?
things that people want to watch.
Or
Yeah.
Lisa's a bit of an expert on this one because she does the inductions with all new staff coming in and talks to them about programs.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell Matt about what else ARC does?
Well,
Programs?
there's at the hub there's cooking, there's arts and crafts, there's games, there's heaps.
Independent living
Yeah.
skills, gardening,
Yeah. Animal culture.
yep, sport and recreation programs. And then we've got the studio, which
Yeah.
is
At All Mother. And then they do like paint and draw,
some visual art.
play, tie-dye, sewing.
Yeah, and quite a few of the artists have had their own independent exhibitions. Peter, who's part of, just become a member of the ensemble, which we're very excited about. He had an exhibition at the Tanks recently. So yeah, some incredible visual art and craft coming out of the studio. And then we've got
Art 51.
Art 51, which is a new building.
Yeah. Art built it last year.
So that's down in Edmonton and sort of servicing the south area and runs a multitude of programs there to build careers, independent living, social programming. We've got all our social programs where they all go out. They all just went and saw Jessica Malboy. They have. Yeah, so it's huge. And then we've got this location here, which is where the cafe is. This is the Art Hall on McNamara Street. So we've got an operating cafe where participants can train as baristas and in hospitality, and some are doing TAFE courses in hospitality. Out there at the moment, we've got a music program, there's drumming, there's animations are being made. It's multitude of skills and talents.
Look, I hope this is not an inappropriate question, but where do you get your coffee from? Because the coffee there is great. I really enjoy the coffee.
It's at the Tattooed Sailor.
Oh,
It's, one of the guys, Adam Radcliffe, and me, Jimmy, and Alex McDonald, we all did a set 2 in hospitality. And then after that, Adam Radcliffe got a job at Tattooed Sailor.
Yeah.
I was stationed. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, we've just got a new coffee machine. So the
Yeah.
coffee is tasting even better.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was stationed out at Smithfield, and I drove a long way to come and get a good cup of coffee, and I'd come in whenever I could. But look, this has just been fantastic, and I've enjoyed talking to you guys so much. Is there any messages that you want to give to people out there generally? Anything you want to say?
Maybe get anyone else who wants to do something creative? Any thoughts? What would you say, Aaron? Any inspiration?
Yeah.
Try and put in a lot of hard work, effort, and passion.
Yeah.
And what's one of our we've got a few sort of slogans we work by here.
Imagination has no rules.
Yes. Yeah. And anything else, Liz, that you want to add in? What are you looking forward to this year? Doing the honeymoon, riding the honeymoon.
Yeah.
That's a pretty popular project at the moment.
Mm.
And sometimes Lisa.
Well, when we were first writing it, like getting some ideas, we were putting some ideas together, and I laughed so much and I threw up.
She was nearly sick. So we've got to not be too funny for Lisa now in our ideas for the honeymoon. She got herself so physically worked up that I've got to go out of the room.
Yeah, I know, but that's a sign that it's good material. I mean,
yeah, look, they're really Yeah, coming up with some incredible ideas. And I think now that these guys are very equipped storytellers. So it's interesting because we've had a few new staff members come on board in the last year, and you know, Aaron and Lisa particularly are very accomplished storytellers in the writing room space. That they are teaching the new staff about some of the rules of storytelling. Like, you know, if you're starting with one genre,
You have to stick to it.
yeah, so you can't turn a rom-com into a horror, for example, halfway through it. So, you know, just some of those rules. So, and another one that we talk about a lot is budget, don't we?
Yes.
But we unfortunately don't have a Marvel Hollywood budget. So we've got to be creative in the ways we come up with things. So, you know, for the honeymoon, for example, we want to do it on an island. So we're just figuring out how we could do that. And do we need to go to an island to even look like it's on an island? So the group now are very equipped at coming up with ideas to work within the bounds of, you know, the sorts of stories we're creating. And, you know, if one of them comes up with, you know, something that's presenting an idea that has magic in it, the others will quickly point out that it's not a fantasy genre. And if we added magic, it would become a fantasy. So yeah, it's really wonderful to watch the journey as storytellers.
Yeah.
For the group.
The story within the story. And look, that's so important though too, because when you're in that creative flow, Karen and I were actually discussing this, Aaron and Lisa, we had a chat about stories and storytelling.
Yes.
We covered off on these, we covered off on the mechanics of it. And well, it was a fantastic conversation. So yeah, now on that, so, you know, you're doing this on an absolute, well, it's not even the smell of an oily rag, actually. It's kind of like it's imagining the smell of an oily rag would be a more accurate way of saying it. If anyone wants to contribute either money or time or anything else like that, how would they contact you?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. Well, they can reach out to me. I'm the Creative Arts Coordinator. So if you just ring reception and ask to talk to Karen Jackson or Sheridan Lawton, who's the Manager of Programs, we'd be certainly happy to help you if you're willing to be philanthropic in the ensemble space. And as far as contributing yourself, potentially, we'd love some support too. So just reach out to myself or Sheridan, and we can start that conversation from there.
I really enjoyed that interview with a couple of sincerely creative, well, 3 sincerely creative people, because, you know, Karen deserves her degree of credit too. Big thanks to Karen. Big thanks to Sheridan Lawton for helping make that happen. I'm serious about Art Coffee Cafe. I love the coffee down there. They do use the Tattooed Sailor coffee, which is absolutely fantastic. I dead set recommend it. And yes, I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I did. Tomorrow, Tuesday the 21st is World Down Syndrome Day. So big shout out to everybody out there who's in the disability support services. Big shout out to the art creative people. I really, really, really enjoyed that interview, and I was genuinely kind of privileged to be able to speak to some people who have really made their mark on the creative industry. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you